You worried about your job lately and your ability to build stability for your career? So you are not alone. There's a lot of volatility in the world right now with the economy, with the rise of AI and the talk of job loss around that. So today we're going to talk about how to build stability in an unstable world. I'm Rebecca.
Sophie, that guy would like some of the stability too. Give it to me.
Let's do it. Consumer Confidence Index will measure how confident consumers are spending money, and April 2025 saw a sharp decline. And the Consumer Expectations Report, which shows predictions for the future and how people are feeling about the future, comes to the labor market and jobs.
Getting scared.
People are feeling scared. Not feeling good about the prospects for jobs and the labor market. So again, you're not alone. If you're feeling scared of losing your job, maybe you've lost your job and you're looking for work and you're struggling to get work, we're going to share with you how it doesn't look like things are going to get more stable anytime soon. So how do you really set yourself up for as much stability as possible in the reality of the world that we're living in? So, Sophie, would you say you have stability in your career? And if not, how do you plan to build more stability in your career moving forward?
So I do feel like I have stability because I have
Stability?
Stability? I think that was my accent coming out. Stability.
It's American.
Okay, so first of all, I feel that there will be winners and losers in the economy that we're heading into based on nothing but luck. I did not plan to have this stability. I was just fortunate in that I did this thing 5+ years ago now. So that was develop a skill and have the skills to be able to market it without an employer. So I have what I call money. I call it because, there's that whole idea of like you can quit your job if you have enough money and tell your boss F you. I don't know if you've ever heard of that.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. So there's that. But I also think there's the F stands for freelance. So freelance money, freedom money. Basically, I can pay my bills month to month and typically I do more than that per month. But if I really need to, I can pay the things that I need to pay. Even in an economic downturn, I have absolute faith that I have the skills to be able to bring in money outside of an employer. Barring things can happen, crazy things could happen in the world, but I'm pretty set that I can do that. That's where I find my stability. That took a long time to build. Also took investment to build. At the time, I didn't know that this would bring me so much stability and confidence and assurance. But having this basis into the economy that we're heading into really helps me feel like I can do anything. Sometimes it's a hustle and it's hard, and I would just like to show up to a job and just like get paid to not work so hard. But I also see myself wanting to sometimes oscillate between yes, I have my business, but I'm also open to working on the right team and being gainfully employed. But now, because of being a career coach, I know what we're heading into, and I would not rely on someone else to be able to cover my bills.
So stability meaning for you, I know I can hustle to make my own money outside of an employer. I don't need a job to get food on the table.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that. Yeah. You also mentioned a bit about luck, right? There is a lot of luck involved, and it's easy when you're successful to think you did it yourself, right?
Yeah.
So I really like that you acknowledge that. And it's also not super helpful sitting around waiting for luck or thinking, I can't do that because I'm not lucky, right? So there's like a balance, I think, between those things. So I think let's acknowledge, it's important to acknowledge there's luck and there's privilege and all these things.
Yep.
Yeah, same. Let's answer this question. How do you build stability in an unstable world? The answer is adaptability. So what does adaptability mean? Adaptability means it's not about having a STEM job or having a coding degree.
Remember being in college and ever being pushed towards like a certain degree, and it's like, get this degree and you'll be set for life.
Yeah.
That was STEM in my circle. What about you? Were you pushed towards anything even though you didn't end up doing it?
Oh, a law degree, definitely. Or the standard lawyer, doctor, accountant.
Which is super ironic because those are the jobs first slated to get replaced. I mean, ideally enhanced, but a lot of the work will be able to be done by AI.
Yes, totally. So adaptability is the opposite of that, of having thinking you can have one degree or one set of knowledge that will carry you forward for the rest of your career, right? Adaptability is being able to learn and think critically about things and adopt new skills and behaviors as things pivot and change, because the reality is we don't know what the future holds right now. We've never known that, but things move really fast and are exceptionally uncertain. Let's be realistic about that. And being adaptable is how we can build stability. I'm going to get into more specific examples here. So adaptability is all about learning new skills and proactively educating yourself. Maybe you're taking a course or a certification to upgrade your skills or learn a new subject matter.
Yes.
What else is adaptability about, Sophie?
So I would say something super important is staying on top of trends, because yes, things are changing, but we do have the internet where we can look and see where things are going. We have our network. So it's important to understand what's going on within your industry. I would say also adjacent industries where your role can translate to, just in case the industry that you're in gets hard hit by, let's say, AI, tariffs, any of the number of things in the world, climate change. These will be a boon to some industries, and they will be the opposite of a boon to some industries. So more than ever, get really clear on the skills that you have, that you like using, and where that could be used. It doesn't have to stay within your industry unless you're really committed to that. Anything else about that that you think is important to mention?
What came into my mind is not having all your eggs in one career basket, that you're on top of being ready to pivot and change if you need to. And that really leads into, this is a big part of being adaptable, is staying on top of your network as well. You mentioned that, I think, keeping conversations happening with people who are working in industries you're interested in, doing things that you're potentially interested in growing into, sitting down with them, asking them questions about what they do, the challenges they face, what they see are the trends and challenges in their industry. And those conversations can often lead to jobs. So this will keep you on your toes for if something changes and you need another job, you're not starting your job from ground zero. So that also ties in with keeping your resume up to date, keeping your LinkedIn up to date. One thing is keeping a list of your past accomplishments. So anytime in your job where you accomplish something or you learn something new, put that into your resume, your LinkedIn, or an accomplishments document so you have that recorded, because being able to show that you can learn things quickly and that you can adapt and communicating that is also really, really important if you want to have stability in an unstable world.
100%.
Do you want to add anything to that? And one bonus tip is you can also consider having multiple sources of income. So that's something that I do. That's something I know Sophie does. We have different contracts and things on the go all the time. So if one thing fails or one thing is less stable, becomes less stable, you have the option to fall back on other things. What's one way you will plan stability for your career moving forward after watching this video? Let us know in the comments, and please share this video with someone you know who is worried about stability in their career.
Can I share something I'll do differently?
Good.
Yeah. So I think I would like to demonstrate a little bit more how adaptable I am. And then whether it's my resume or just kind of like my LinkedIn, I think signaling that, like you said, is really important. And I think I'm going to take my own advice and put a little bit of a routine into staying up to date in industries that I'm interested in outside of the one I'm currently in, but thinking more about the adjacent one and what is the ecosystem my industry actually sits in, rather than just thinking about career consulting, career coaching, career strategy.
I love it. What's one adjacent industry that comes to mind right away?
There's several, because it's been on my mind. There's strategic foresight, which is kind of like trying to predict the future, which I find very fun. And then that's very much simplifying it.
That's the future analytics to predict the future for careers.
Right. And then there's also learning development, because in my field, one-on-one can only go so far. It just goes one-on-one, right? And it can be a really rich experience. But I'm really interested in taking that experience to everyone. So being able to effectively share things at scale, I would consider adjacent industry for me.
Yeah, love it.
So much for watching us. Have a great
clarity day.
Have a clarity day. I love that.